The casting of Chinese actress Liu Yifei in the leading role of the live-action remake of Disney's 1998 animated feature film Mulan has ignited excitement in Mulan fans everywhere. Stay tuned for everything you need to know about Liu Yifei and why I think casting Liu Yifei as Mulan was a masterstroke by Disney. Liu Yifei was born in 1987 in Wuhan, the capital of the Chinese province Hubei. She is an only child, most likely due to China's one-child policy. It appears Liu Yifei grew up in a highly educated, cultured, cosmopolitan, and privileged environment. Her father was a professor at Wuhan University, where he taught French language and culture. He later worked as a diplomat at the Chinese embassy in Paris. Thanks to her dad, Yifei can speak French.
La loi vous autorise à expulser un clandestin, mais pas l'époux d'une Française.
Liu Yifei's mother is a professional dancer and was part of a renowned performance troupe in Wuhan. According to Forbes, Yifei's godfather is Chen Jinfei, the chairman of Beijing Tongchan Investment Group, and has an estimated net worth of 62 million US dollars. Her parents divorced when she was 10 years old, with Yifei moving to New York City with her mother. Like other migrant kids, Yifei quickly picked up English, which is why she is now also fluent in English, as well as French and Mandarin.
She's very strong and has a very different, strong personality.
Yifei early on in her childhood was interested in the performing arts. She trained in singing, dancing, and playing the piano. According to Huffington Post, she also started modeling at the age of 8. Liu Yifei is an American citizen but continues to be proud of her Chinese heritage. When she was 15, Liu Yifei returned to China to become an actress. Several weeks later, after returning to China, Liu Yifei was accepted into the Beijing Film Academy. Many famous filmmakers and actors have attended the Beijing Film Academy, including Zhang Yimou, Chen and Zhao Wei. Yifei is reported to be the youngest student ever accepted to the school. Soon after beginning her studies at the Beijing Film Academy, Liu Yifei was offered to star in various television series. At the age of 16, Liu Yifei's first television appearance was in the period romance drama The Story of a Noble Family, which aired on Chinese TV in 2003. Liu Yifei's next roles are the ones which Chinese audiences remember her for. Yifei starred in the TV adaptations of the widely cherished wuxia novels Demigods and Semi-Devils and The Return of the Condor Heroes. These beloved novels, written in the late 1950s and 1960s by Louis Cha, also known as Jin Yong, are like the Chinese equivalent to Harry Potter, forever loved and continually adapted to TV and film. Liu Yifei became known in China as the Fairy Sister. The Return of the Condor Heroes was wildly popular and was broadcast all over Asia. Still a teenager, Liu Yifei had become an icon of Chinese pop culture. Liu Yifei then crossed over to the big screen, featuring in the Hollywood production Forbidden Kingdom, inspired by another beloved Chinese novel, Journey to the West. It also starred two action film legends, Jackie Chan and Jet Li. By 2009, Liu Yifei was named as one of the new 4 Dan actresses of China. In other words, Liu Yifei was seen as one of the most bankable actresses in Asia. Liu Yifei went on to star in films of various genres, including fantasy and wuxia, historical epics, romantic comedies, and various international collaborations. As you probably have figured out, Liu Yifei is kind of a big deal in China. It's almost impossible to walk around in China and not stumble upon an ad with Liu Yifei on it. Her elegant image makes her an ideal brand ambassador for luxury brands. Liu Yifei is currently the brand ambassador for Dior, Tissot, Emporio Armani, Chaumet, WeTherm, and Adidas. Liu Yifei is considered a fashion icon in Asia, often appearing in fashion editorials. With her red carpet looks, whilst not bold and daring, consistently hailed as elegant and feminine. Liu Yifei put her singing training to good use and released albums in Japanese and Chinese in 2006. She has since sung on various soundtracks of her films. And she also busts out the moves once in a while. Liu Yifei loves cats. Yifei and her mother work with a charity to find stray cats new homes. At one point she had more than 30 cats living with her in her Beijing flat. Liu Yifei beat almost 1,000 other candidates in winning the role of Mulan. Not surprising considering the lack of Hollywood leading roles for Asians. I think Liu Yifei is a wise choice for Mulan for 3 reasons. This is an English-speaking role and Yifei is fluent in English.
It is my duty to protect my family.
Her English has a slight Chinese accent, which helps with the suspension of disbelief that Chinese people were speaking in English 1500 years ago.
Do you know why the phoenix sits on the right hand of the emperor?
Seriously, films set in China pre-1980 should be spoken in Mandarin or any other appropriate Chinese dialect. The only exception to this rule is The Last Emperor.
Only this time it was different.
Liu Yifei is massively popular in Asia. She has more than 66 million fans on Weibo as at August 2019. For the producers of Mulan, this means Mulan is supposed to be a fearsome warrior. Liu Yifei has proven that she can convincingly portray martial arts masters on screen, for example in The Return of Condor Heroes and The Forbidden Kingdom. There has been some opposition by Chinese netizens to Liu Yifei's casting. Their first argument is that Liu Yifei is too pretty to be mistaken as a man. Liu Yifei does have an ethereal fairy beauty, but there are many pretty boy or flower boy actors and singers in Asia. Heck, Song Joong-ki is the most beautiful person in Asia, man or woman. Thus, it's not too much of a stretch for Liu Yifei with the right costuming and makeup to be mistaken as a man. Secondly, Liu Yifei's acting is seen as somewhat lifeless. In fact, she has been nominated as the worst actress in China in 2012, 2013 and 2016 on Dubon, a Chinese film portal. Liu Yifei's understated performances worked in The Return of the Condor Heroes and Demigods and Semi-Devils because the characters are emotionally vacant in order to survive in the environments they find themselves in. Similarly, it could be seen that Mulan naturally became cold and emotionless under the burden of hiding her true identity. So I think the understated acting could work here in Yifei's favour. During the height of the 2019 Hong Kong protests, Liu Yifei expressed support for the Hong Kong police. This angered many in the pro-democracy movement, which resulted in #BoycottMulan. Actors and artists whose livelihoods rely on the Chinese market will need to toe the Chinese government's line. End of story. Maybe if Hollywood offered more parts to Asian actors, maybe if Asian American singers and artists could make a living in America, then maybe Asian American artists wouldn't have to go to Asia to make a decent wage and thus rely on the Chinese market and be at the mercy of the Chinese government. There are not a whole lot of choices for Asian entertainers. I grew up with the 1980s and 1990s Disney animated classics, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and The Lion King. But I have not watched one live-action remake because they all look dreadful. I'm going to watch Mulan for 2 reasons. Firstly, it's a Hollywood production with Asians in it. Hollywood recognizes that us Asians exist. Wow! And secondly, Liu Yifei is the logical choice for Mulan. If you don't want to miss out on more videos on Mulan and Asian pop culture, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, take care.